Greetings, it is I, your host, Son of Kane, coming back at you, and today we are talking Mel Brooks' History of the World, Part 2. I love Mel Brooks. He's one of my favorite comedic writer, directors, actors. I've always thought he was great. That said, this show is pretty much just produced by Mel Brooks. There's no actual, you can't, I don't know that you can actually feel the DNA of Mel Brooks in this in this show, based on what I've seen so far. The sketches are very hit and miss. There have been a handful that have really made me laugh. There have been a lot more that have not. The problem with this show is it's leaning a little too far into modern day improv comedy. That's one problem with it. The other problem is that the writing is just not great. The cast is good. There have been a handful of people showing up that I did not expect to show up. The Civil War sketch was not great. There were a handful of moments in that made me laugh, but overall, not great. The Russian Revolution sketch, okay. Better than the Civil War sketch, but still, that's not saying much. The problem is, this movie somehow has not found the tone that the original film from 1980 did. And that's a problem. Because you need for both films, you need for both to have the same tone for them to truly feel like a sequel. And the show is doing a disservice to Mel Brooks comedies. From what I understand, the movie actually was not like his greatest and most well-received comedy when it first came out, which I can understand. It's probably, this and Silent Movie are probably lower on my list, but I still love History of the World Part 1, whereas History of the World Part 2, I do not know I will be revisiting anytime soon. The current state of comedy is not great right now, but I'm really hoping that if they decide to make a History of the World Part 3, that it will somehow find its way back to its proper footing, because History of the World Part 2 is a stinker. My opinion. If you've got one different, I'd love to hear your take on it in the comments below. I'm your host, Son of Kane. I hope you enjoyed this review of History of the World Part 2, and I'll see you next time at the video store. Hi, it's me, your host, Son of Kane, reminding you to like, subscribe, and comment. Trying to grow the channel to 100 subscribers by the end of the year, and hey, it's only March, so maybe you can do that for me. Don't forget to share this video on all your social media platforms, and I'll see you next time at the video store.